Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So in this one we're going to do our first set of winter nails. So it's exciting now, we're changing from autumn nails to winter nails, and as you can see my nails are completely naked, so they definitely need something on them. So I'm using my non-dominant hand in this video, so please forgive me when I go sort of to the other side of the screen and I don't notice I'm not really in shot properly. So I'm using my Born Pretty scraping tool and I'm just pushing my cuticles back, and then I'm scraping all the dead cuticle from my fingers, from my nails, and then I'm just putting some alcohol on a nail brush and just brushing all the little bits of dust off. And then I'm going in with the Dehydrator and the non-acid primer from Born Pretty. So I just want to say before we move on, don't forget to hit that like button if you did like this video, and if you're not already a subscriber, please consider subscribing, and links to everything that I've used in today's video will be in the description box, along with my discount codes and links to my Amazon storefront and my Etsy store where you can buy my nail design templates. I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone that's already ordered some. I'm going to try this smile line cutter as well because I got that ages ago and I've never tried it, so we'll just see if it works with this non-stick hand gel. And then I'm using a couple of rubber bases as well. I'm using a pink one and I'm using a white one, and I'm also using this gorgeous Christmas glitter from A&A Glitter. It's called Baby It's Cold, and that's got little you know, bits of white and blue hexes in it, and it's got snowmen and snowflakes. So I'm using some gel polishes as well. So I'm using a glittery holographic one, and I'm using a dark blue jelly one as well. So there's lots going on in this set. So I'm using the 6-in-1 nail glue just to put the tips on. So I'm putting that on the inside of the tip, and then I'm just using my little mini lamp when I've got it in position, and I'm just flash curing that for like about 10 seconds, and then that'll all go in my big lamp. So I'm also using this clamp that you can use to clamp acrylic nails to get your C-curve, and I'm just doing that because I find it helps when you're using these kind of tips. It helps to make sure that the wings on the tips, which are the very outside of them, aren't sticking up, because they do like to do that sometimes. So after I've put the nail in the mini lamp with the tip on just for a few seconds, then I put the clamp on, and then I put it in for another few seconds. And it just helps to mould it to the shape of your nail as well, because everybody's nails are different shapes and the tips aren't made for all the different shapes. So that's why I'm using them, and I found it did work really well. So then I'm just cutting all the tips down, and then I'm just filing the tips down so that they blend nicely with the gel that I'm going to put on. So now I'm just going in with the rubber base, and this is 12, so this is a pink one, and this is only going to go on some of the nails. So the pinky finger, the middle finger, and the index finger are all going to have this rubber base on. So I'm putting it on really, really thin, and I'm sort of rubbing it into that nail. So you can see I'm not painting it on like nail polish, I'm really rubbing it in on that first coat. And then on the ring finger, I'm using the 6-in-1 nail glue as the base coat for this one. So I do this on the ring finger and the thumb, but to keep the video so it wasn't too long, I've not put the thumb in the video. I've only got that on at the end where I'm top coating, but it is the same as the ring finger. So then I'm going in on the other nails that I put the base coat on, the pink one. I'm doing another coat of that. So this coat that I'm putting on is only going over the nail bed area, and it's going to be quite, I'm floating it on a bit, so it's more like putting it on like gel polish rather than rubbing it in, because I've already done that. So then the 6-in-1 nail glue, I'm using that just to go over the tips. And then when that's cured, I'm going to be using this non-stick hand gel. and I have used finger protectors so that I'm not touching the uncured gel with my fingers. So I'm just rolling it in a ball, and then I'm placing it on the nail bed area and then like sort of squashing it down without getting it on the skin. And then after I've done that, I just get the cuticle pusher and I use that to sort of shape the sides and the cuticle area a little bit. And then when I'm happy with where it all is, I'm going to try this tip cutter and see if that works. Sorry, the smile line cutter, and see if that works. Because this is mainly used for acrylic, so you would wait for your acrylic to set a little bit and then you would squash it down with this. So I thought the non-stick hand gel is the same kind of consistency as that, so it might work. And it did work. It worked really well. The only problem was I like my smile lines a bit deeper than what it was, so I did have to fiddle with it a bit more just to get the shape that I wanted. But that is a really useful little tool and it saves a lot of time. So I'm doing exactly the same on the index finger, and this gel is cured for 60 seconds. So when I'm happy with those nail beds, they just need wiping off with alcohol and then filing into shape so that I've got the proper nail bed shape that I want. And then I'm moving on to the gel polish, so I'm putting a little bit of each one onto the palette. So I'm just using that smaller brush just to use with the gel polish, the holographic one, the glitter one. And that's just going to go right underneath the smile line. Then I'll cure that for 30 seconds and then I'm going in with the Jelly Nude one, the dark blue one, and that's going to go over the top. And it just means that if there's any gaps where the glitter is, you won't really see them as gaps. It won't be clear. It'll just show like it's blue underneath, and it won't look odd, and it won't look patchy. So I've done the nail beds quite a bit higher than I actually need them, and that's just so that when I come to file, I'm not going to be having to go in and put extra gel on. So I'm using the 6-in-1 nail glue now, and I'm just going over and I'm leaving that wet so that I can attach some glitter. So I've poured out some of the glitter into a little tray, and then I'm just taking the smallest pieces of glitter first and I'm laying those down flat, and then I'm using some of the chunkier pieces and putting those on top. So when I'm happy with all the glitter placement of that first sort of coat of glitter that I've done, I put that in the lamp for 30 seconds and then I come in with my glitter base coat, which is my iMaily one, and that just gets put on wet, and then I'll put a little bit more glitter on just so that I've not got patches or I've not got any gaps. And then that gets cured, and then I'm going to move on to the ring finger. So I'm putting the holographic glitter all over the nail, just one coat. Then that gets cured for 30 seconds, and then I'm using the Jelly Nude and I'm doing sort of a fade with this. So I'm putting it on the cuticle area and then I'm fading it down towards the middle of the nail, because this is going to be the background for our glitter. This is going to be a full nail of that A&A glitter. So when those two coats have cured, I'm going in with some base gel, and that's the Born Pretty one. And then, like with the other glitter placement, I leave it wet, and then I go in with the smallest pieces of glitter first, and then when I'm happy with where they are, I'll go in with the chunkier pieces. And then when I'm happy with where it all is, it just goes in the lamp for 30 seconds. Then when that is cured, I go in with my glitter base coat, and I go over the top and I sort of scrub that in so that there aren't any gaps between the glitter, and then that gets cured again. And then I've taken a snowflake out of the glitter mix, and I'm using this stamper torch, which is brilliant for getting these big snowflakes to lie flat on your nail, because you can squash it into the curve of your nail and it will keep the shape of that snowflake while it's curing, so it cures it into place. You can also do this with a plastic bag. You don't have to get any fancy equipment or anything like that. So then after that, it just needs encapsulating. So I'm getting my Born Pretty extension gel, the clear one, and I'm going over, doing a slip layer first, and then I'm putting a bigger bead of the gel on all over that nail. So because that's a builder gel, that's going to get cured in the lamp for 60 seconds instead of 30 seconds. And then I'm going to move on to the middle finger, and it's only the tip that needs encapsulating because that's the bit that hasn't got any structure on it. So when I've done that with all the nails, they've got all the glitter and everything on, and I'm happy with it, so they just get filed and buffed, and I do the filing off camera, else we would be here for a long time. So then I'm using some She Modern products. I'm using the glue gel, and I'm putting that on all of the nail beds. And then I'm using the blue Galaxy Twinkle powder. And this is because I really like that pink gel, but it was just too pink. It was just too strong of a colour. And I just didn't like it, you know, so strong. So I wanted to cover it up with something and make it a bit more sort of shimmery. So once I put the glue gel where I want it, I'm going to cure that for 30 seconds, and then I'm going to come in with the powder, and I'm just going to press that into the nail bed first, and then when it's all pressed in with the brush, I'm going to actually brush it on, and that'll sort of burnish it into the nail. And it just makes the colour of that nail bed just fit in so much more with the theme, with the, like, you know, the silver and the blue. So when I'm happy with that, I'm going to just brush off all the excess dust, and then I'm going to go over with a matte top coat because we're going to do a bit of painting on these nails now. So the matte top coat gets cured for 30 seconds, and then I'm using the new Born Pretty liner gel, and I'm not actually using it on camera. I'm putting some of the gel on my palette, and I'm using my detailer brush. And that's because I'm using my non-dominant hand and I just can't use the liner brush. I'm just not used to it yet, so I'm using my Natalie Mugridge detailer brush instead because I'm more familiar with this. So I'm just painting like icicles. So these don't have to be uniform or perfect or anything. I just wanted this just to break up that nail a bit because I did like it the way it was. But I just wanted a bit of something else. I wanted it more wintry. So when I'm happy with that, that gets cured in the lamp for 30 to 60 seconds. And then it's time to top coat. So I'm using the Super Top Coat from Born Pretty, and this is an absolutely amazing top coat. I love it. It's the best one that I've used. And it doesn't scratch and it doesn't dull. I had nails on for nearly 5 or 6 weeks and they were still as shiny the day that I took them off as they were the day that I top coated them in the first place. So, and it doesn't yellow or anything like that over time. So I'm just top coating all of them, and then you can see that there is only a very slight shimmer from that twinkle powder because I only use one coat, but it just gives it just a bit of extra something, and it works with the glitter as well. So you can see that I've done the thumb the same as the ring finger, but there are 2 snowflakes on it instead of the ring finger that's only got 1. So these are the finished nails. What do you think? I absolutely love them. And I'm so happy that I get to wear these on my nails because I can wear these when I'm doing all my Christmas designs, and it just helps me get into the mood, the, you know, like the winter nails mood a bit more. So you will have noticed when I was top coating that I had actually done the other hand. So that's another design that I'm doing, but that's going to be coming up soon. So yeah, let me know what you think of these nails in the comments. Would you wear these, or do you think they're too much? I just think they're perfect. I love them. So yeah, I hope you liked this video. If you did, give me a like. If you're not already a subscriber, please consider subscribing. I just want to say a big thank you for watching this video, and I will see you next time. Bye.